The Ruger 1022 is the most popular selling .22 rifle in history.
I want to ask you guys a question. What is the #1 complaint from the Mark 1, 2, and 3?
Well, actually, it is pretty big. It's full size, 18.5-inch barrel. I just feel better with a good hot plus P round myself now.
And then you can swing this cylinder easily out. Once you're done gassing this thing up, the cylinder.
Another thing I like a lot about revolvers is because they are generally double single action.
Really isn't anything really bad I could say about it. It's one of my favorite handguns.
So some people may say, well then why don't you just drop in
Revolvers in .357 Magnum, and of course backups in .38.
Firing this gun in double action does take some getting used to.
But when it comes to that smooth double action trigger pull, it allows for really good accuracy.
It's comfortable to shoot one-handed also.
This is pretty cool. I bought this recently.
Number 15, the Ruger LCR, $900. Revolvers don't change much. The biggest swap most can name is the move from single-action only cowboy guns to the modern swing-out cylinder DA SA revolver. That's until Ruger brought out the LCR. And boy oh boy did Ruger shake things up. They made changes that some may consider sacrilege for the old-fashioned revolver. Those changes formed the LCR one of the most modern revolvers on the market. Now, most lightweight guns use expensive metals like scandium or titanium to reduce weight without reducing strength. The downside to that loss of weight is the price increase. These air-weight revolvers get mighty pricey. So Ruger figured out the secret the auto handgun industry used for decades: polymer. Make parts from polymer and you can reduce weight without reducing strength or increasing price. They met their goal of a lightweight, fairly affordable revolver, but they also made sure it was a dang fine revolver at that. Ruger delivers a robust and reliable revolver that's easy to conceal and fairly easy to shoot. The DAO design offers you the best stock revolver trigger on the market. A 9mm variant keeps ammo costs low and makes it easy to train with. If you need a 21st century revolver that's reliable enough to depend on, the LCR is the route to take. The lightweight, compact revolver caused an initial wave of surprise that Ruger was making a polymer revolver. This dominated the coverage of the gun, well, until people actually got their hands on the little gun. Then the mood shifted from surprise to impressed. Ruger met great success with the LCR and it's grown and evolved into an entire series of revolvers. Ruger designed the LCR series from the ground up for concealed carry or as a backup for law enforcement. It's small, compact, and lightweight. Heck, it's in the name. Revolvers make for excellent deep concealment weapons and are often a great choice when carrying a larger weapon isn't possible. Number 14, the Ruger SP101, $700. The Ruger SP101 is a small frame revolver with a 2.25-inch barrel chambered in .357. It is the Tallow distributor exclusive model, which comes with some gorgeous aesthetic upgrades. The all-steel frame and cylinder sport traditional engraving, while the cushioned rubber grip with hardwood inserts make the handle attractive and functional. The wood of the grip also features the omnipresent Ruger Eagle. The SP101 is a small revolver that doesn't feel like you're missing anything when you pick it up. It weighs in at 1 pound 9.1 ounces, but this comes in handy later. The duty weapon has about a 6.5-inch sight radius, which greatly helps with accuracy. The 2.25-inch barrel SP101 has a total of a 4-inch sight radius, meaning micro movements when firing translate to big movements downrange. The trigger is long, but it is smooth when firing from double action. The total weight on the trigger, double action, measured in at 10 pounds 12.4 ounces using a Lyman digital trigger gauge provided by Brownells. Using .357 ammo netted roughly the same accuracy results with a bit more muzzle flip and bang for the buck. The .38 Special felt pretty tame, largely eaten up by the weight of this small revolver. The Ruger SP101 is designed for portability and concealability, with sacrifices made in ergonomics but not to the extent where accuracy is affected. It is as deadly as a blind berserker, slaying anything with ease, though distance takes a lot more effort on the part of the shooter. In conclusion, the Ruger SP101 is a small, beautiful, and functional revolver that offers great tactical applications and is a great choice for those looking to upgrade their firearms. The Tallow revolver is a stunning and durable firearm that offers years of uninterrupted service for shooters, whether plinking with .38 Special or .357 rounds. Although it has limited availability, it is of a great investment for those who carry, shoot, or collect it. Number 13. S&W 340 PD, $1,100. The Smith & Wesson 340 PD revolver is a unique and lightweight version of the popular J-frame revolver, offering a powerful and compact design. It is the lightest weight .357 Magnum revolver on the market thanks to its use of a scandium alloy frame and titanium cylinder. Scandium is stronger and lighter than aluminum, while titanium is a lightweight alternative to steel. This combination creates a powerful and lightweight revolver that is easy to carry in the pocket. The 340 PD features an ejector rod shroud and improved front sight with versions with red ramp, fiber optic, or tritium night sights. The open cylinder version does not have an internal lock, but it does not have an internal lock. The 340 PD can be carried inside the waistband with options such as leather IWB holsters, DeSantis Slim Tuck Kydex IWB holsters, or DeSantis Mini Scabbard for outside the waistband carry. The 340 PD is not designed for target shooting or range fun, but it is a carry pistol by nature. It demonstrated superb accuracy for self-defense at close ranges, but requires practice to get used to the heavy double-action trigger and short sight radius. Firing .357 Magnum rounds is a challenge, but with proper technique and a firm grip, the 340 PD can be accurate and dependable firearm. The 340 PD muzzle features a steel insert above the cylinder gap to protect the scandium frame and a warning on the barrel to not use cartridges with bullets lighter than 120 grains. In conclusion, the Smith & Wesson 340 PD is a modern-day carry option that packs a powerful punch and is sure to be your next everyday carry companion. Number 12. The S&W Model 986, $1,100. The Smith & Wesson 986 revolver is a performance center revolver with a 34.9-ounce L frame and a 7-round capacity. The gun is designed for range shooting and is suitable for competition shooters working against the clock or those who enjoy shooting with next to no recoil. The 986 has a smooth trigger pull of 10 pounds DA and 3.5 pounds for SA and a 7-round capacity. The sight radius on the 5-inch barrel is borderline cheating, but the gun grouped well at 7 yards. The trigger pulls are smooth with little to no stacking, and the 986 is a performance center revolver from the ground up. The stainless steel frame and titanium cylinder make the gun pop, and the two-tone finish adds to its appeal. The 986 comes in a standard blue plastic S&W case with a cable lock, owner's manual, a set of keys, and 2 moon clips. The 986 is designed for the range and can fit some holsters designed for the 686 series, but larger holster manufacturers like Blade Tech are already making dedicated 986 rigs. The gun is well put together and accurate even in the hands of some HP guys. If you're looking for something different and unique, the Smith & Wesson 986 could be the gun you're looking for. Number 11. Colt King Cobra, $1,400. The Colt King Cobra revolver, reintroduced earlier this year, is a popular concealed carry revolver with a 3-inch full-lug barrel, perfect for carrying Magnum rounds. Its Goldilocks-like balance makes it easy to carry, handle, and shoot. The new 3-inch barrel is not available from major holster makers, but holsters are being made for the new King Cobra from Simply Rugged and Kramer handgun leather. The new King Cobra also features some play in the rotation of the cylinder during lockup, a feature of Colt revolvers. The double-action trigger is a key feature of the King Cobra revolver with an average pull of 8 pounds 10 ounces and a single-action trigger of 4 pounds 4 ounces. The single-action pull feels lighter and doesn't reset like semi-autos. The transfer safety bar ensures safe carrying with the hammer down on a live round. The standard brass bead insert front sight is dull and flat, but a little metal polish and a Dremel tool can make all the difference. The King Cobra comes in stainless steel with a brushed stainless finish with a flat top scrap and even surfaces. The overall fit and finish of the King Cobra evoke Colt's quality, especially for their blued guns, especially the royal blue high polish of the early Pythons. Deep gouges just beneath the top strap are thick, deep gouges in the steel, which collect powder residue and are difficult to clean but likely provide no significant structural weakening of the firearm. The Colt King Cobra revolver has been used for almost 6 months in various conditions including cold, monsoon rains, and high temperatures. It has a high recoil and high precision, which groups scoring groups 3 times larger than other loads. The Barnes 140 GR Vortex 357 Magnum cartridge has a higher precision than most commercial rounds, with a 3-inch barrel and a short sight radius. Despite its lightweight design, the Colt King Cobra's recoil in .357 Magnum is very manageable. The new Colt King Cobra is a versatile and reliable firearm that can be used for defensive purposes and is easy to carry close to the body. It's quick and powerful, living up to its name. Number 10. Smith & Wesson Model 686 Plus, $1,000. There isn't enough affection for revolvers. We live in a time where everything is tactical, from our poly pistols to our 1911s that don't fire 45 ACP. The widespread wearing of 5.11 cargo pants and Made in America shirts is another issue, so where did all the passion for revolvers go? It's a shame that it has become obsolete due to the simplicity and increased capacity of semi-autos. Learn how to operate a revolver if you want to be a well-rounded shooter. The 686's origins may be traced back to 1981, which makes it not nearly as old as other revolvers on the market. In essence, it is the stainless equivalent of the blued Model 586 from 1980. It was not designed to be a safe queen or a casual pocket carry pistol, but rather to be a dependable, accurate gun that is used. The 686 is intended for use. The 686 was developed using the earlier K-frame .357 Magnums that were popular with a lot of law enforcement at the time. This model has an L frame, which is a size comparable to the K, but with a bigger cylinder and a little bit more weight overall. There have been numerous variations of the 686 with various barrel lengths of cylinder capacities. You'll hear them referred to as variants and dashes. Features include a satin finish, factory front blade, and adjustable rear sights. The overall length is 9.56 inches. The gun comes with a finger groove black rubber grip. Different from semi-autos are revolvers. On this DASA bad boy, there is only the hammer and cylinder release, both of which have been verified for smoother operation. There is no external safety, no mag release, and no slide lock. Although revolvers seem simpler on the surface, they are actually a little bit more complicated inside. If your Glock breaks, chances are good that you can fix it yourself, but if your revolver malfunctions, it commonly becomes a case for a trained gunsmith. Number 9. The Ruger GP100, $1,100. A Magnum revolver feels viscerally pleasurable in the hand. Like a toy, polymer pistols like the FNP9 or the Glock feel lighter in your hand and have a plastic or plastic-like feel to them. You know you're holding a gun when you take up a .357 Magnum revolver like the Ruger GP100. It is about 2 times as heavy as a FNP9 at 40 ounces. It's actually possible to toss it at someone and knock them out cold if you run out of ammunition. There is no humor to be found in the .357 Magnum round. The same bullet is used to hunt deer with a rifle, and it's a Ruger revolver, so the quality is good. Ruger produces outstanding revolvers, which is one of its many strong points. The fact that this gun's maintenance is so simple is a plus. To perform routine maintenance on this weapon, there is no need to disassemble it. Swinging the cylinder out and cleaning the barrel and chambers with a patch and a bore brush are the cleaning procedures. After a little mild lube, you're done. The GP100 does not have a manual safety, but it does include a transfer bar safety system that stops the hammer from striking the firing pin unless the trigger has been fully pushed back. Now, why does this matter? It indicates that you can drop it without activating it. The double-action trigger pull, which measures nearly a quarter of a mile, is the only other component that is truly a safety element. Additionally, loading, using, and performing routine maintenance are simple. The lack of a manual safety may deter some people from using the GP100 as their first firearm, but if you're looking for something simple to operate with enough raw firepower to defeat most threats, whether they be human or animal, the GP100 may be the right choice. Number 8. Smith & Wesson 627 Performance Center, $1,500. The Smith & Wesson 627 Performance Center revolver is a popular and classic revolver that has inspired the creation of the J-frame holster. The gun has a modern cut barrel and stainless and wood construction with a modern look that is reminiscent of a classic revolver. The wood grips are beautiful. The gun comes with a Hogue black rubber grip, which would improve the shooting characteristics. The sights on the gun are nice, with a fixed gold dot front sight and elevation and windage adjustable rear. The gold dot front catches the eye almost as much as a fiber optic sight, making it a joy to shoot. The firing experience is enjoyable, with a 38 special rounds being a favorite, and the trigger pull is good in both double and single action. The double action is heavy but smooth and consistent, while the single action is light and crisp. The SW frame lock is the worst feature on the gun. The wooden grips also make it difficult to eject casings when using the speed loader, as the moon clip doesn't have clearance. Despite its weight of 44 ounces, the large gun conceals surprisingly well thanks to the overall shape and 5-inch barrel. If you're looking for a fun toy or carry piece, this gun is a great option. In summary, the Smith & Wesson 627 Performance Center revolver is a fun and reliable firearm that requires minimal mods and is one of the better out-of-the-box revolvers in its class. Number 7. The Ruger Red Hawk, $1,400. The Ruger Red Hawk 44 Magnum is a common revolver made of high-grade steel and offered in blued or stainless steel. Because it is regarded as the strongest, hand loaders prefer it for handling the hottest loads. In its class, a 44 Magnum revolver. The revolver has 4 replaceable forward ramp sights, scope mounts, rings, and fully adjustable rear sights with a white outline. The Ruger Red Hawk model with a 5.5-inch barrel is the best choice for people who want to feel real power in their hands. Various 44 Magnum loads, including light special loads and fully loaded Magnums, are supported. The pistol's cylinder walls and other design features allow it to successfully handle hot Magnum rounds. For its durability and absence of visual defects, the Ruger Red Hawk is well known. The gun is the hardest to tame because of its size and weight. The 44 Special feels like a 22 Magnum while firing 44 Magnum ammunition. It is incredibly accurate and has a far better potential for accuracy than most seasoned Magnum shooters can achieve. It also has superb target acquisition and handling qualities. However, due to its weight, it may not be suitable for shooters with frail hands and arms. While in the woods, the Ruger Red Hawk 44 will be a comforting ally. Whether you want to utilize the stainless steel Ruger Red Hawk 44 Magnum for target shooting, hunting, backcountry protection, or just because it's a cool wheel gun, it's a great option. Number 6. The Smith & Wesson Model 327, $1,600. The Smith & Wesson Model 327 revolver is a distinctive and visually striking firearm with a large frame chassis and a 2-inch barrel derived from the Model 2944 Magnum end frame. Its oversized titanium cylinder holds 8 rounds of .357 Magnum, making it a primary concealed carry handgun. The revolver offers a 33% increase in firepower over 6-hold revolver cylinders and is reliable and simple compared to semi-autos. The S&W Performance Center's attention to detail is evident in the inclusion of moon clips, a Lothar Walther custom barrel, and a single-action trigger measuring 3.5 pounds with no creep using a RCBS trigger gauge. Range testing on the Model 327 revolver included Black Hills ammunition, Winchester, Hornady, and Federal ammunition, with 38 special loads being more economical and less harsh in terms of recoil and muzzle blast. The revolver's fixed rear sight and red front ramp proved capable of ringing steel targets 25 yards away, with a maximum accuracy of 25 yards. However, the ejector rod could not be made longer in practice, with 38 special ammunition aids in building confidence and exposing recoil-induced bad habits. The revolver's unique firing grip, the DeSanti Speed Scabbard Belt holster, and the Crimson Trace Corporation Laser Grip (CTC) Model LG314 are also options for concealed carry. The large frame provides a solid grip when firing and allows for an 8-round cylinder with recoil, with .357 Magnum loads being manageable. The S&W Model 327 is a viable personal defense handgun that levels the playing field between revolvers and semi-auto handguns. It is not a small snubby and should be considered equal to the 1911 and high-capacity polymer handguns. Handgun selection is often based on intuition rather than fact-based reasoning. The 8 rounds of .357 Magnum in a reasonably sized, lightweight, and reliable package will bring many handgunners back to the revolver fold, making it a viable concealed carry firearm for those looking for something more than a small .38 Special revolver and less complicated than a large semi-auto pistol. Number 5. The Taurus Tracker 44, $600. Since 1941, the Brazilian business Forjas Taurus has been manufacturing revolvers. Bangor Punta, the parent company of Smith & Wesson, bought it in 1970. Taurus established a U.S. operation in Miami in 1982 and started working on improving its products for the American market. The Smith & Wesson L-frame-based Taurus Tracker 44 is a 5-shot 44 Remington Magnum handgun. It features a 9-inch overall length, a 5.3-inch height, a 4-inch ported barrel, a 35-ounce empty weight, and a 1.6-inch width. It features a 9-inch overall length, a 5.3-inch height, a 4-inch ported barrel, a 35-ounce empty weight, and a 1.6-inch width. It has spring tuning and a smooth double-action stroke. The grip is too soft and tiny, but the porting does help to lessen recoil. Despite the gun's lighter weight than a regular 1911, porting does aid to lessen recoil. A huge frame revolver with a lot of recoil is the Taurus Tracker 44. Number 4. The Rossi 461, $400. The Rossi 461 is a double-action revolver that can fire 6 .357 Magnum rounds and uses the slightly smaller cartridge 38 extra round. Because it is easy to load and unload, it makes a good defensive handgun for people who practice. The shorter barrel produces less velocity and accuracy than the 971, but the size, heft, and balance are all excellent. In order to utilize it for personal protection, it is advised to load it with superior defense ammo 38 unique. This handgun is balanced well. The larger 971 revolver is better suited to the finger groove grips for controlling recoil. There is hardly any perceived recoil as the 110-grain Remington cartridge reached 1,290 FPS from the 2-inch barrel. Both the muzzle blast and the Rossi snub nose are extremely potent. The .357 Magnum revolver has good balance and responsiveness. Number 3. The Taurus 617, $550. The .357 Magnum revolver is a multi-purpose firearm with precise and low recoil shots. In addition to its heavy-duty primary .357 Magnum ammunition, 38 special ammunition is also available. Taurus's 7-round Model 617 SS 2-inch .357 Magnum revolver circumvents this 6-round restriction. It weighs 28.3 ounces and is made completely of stainless steel. The trigger and hammer are softly polished and the front side is serrated. The grips have a pebble finish and a finger groove in the neoprene. The single-action trigger pull is approximately 5 pounds, while the double-action trigger pull is in the 12-pound range. The Taurus keylock is placed at the base of the hammer beneath the spur, and safety is provided by a transfer bar mechanism. The Taurus 617 is a defensive revolver that can fire 158-grain HPR or federal loads, 125-grain HPR ammo, and 125-grain federal ammo. It has a shorter barrel and a 7-round capacity for greater concealment, but at the cost of lower velocity and diminished efficacy against dangerous opponents. Number 2. The Kimber K6S TLE, $1,000. Many gun owners consider them to be outdated and not worth the effort, yet they are missing out. We should all have at least one revolver in our collections because they have a place in gun safes and can even be carried in holsters. That implies that the gun in question must be trustworthy and concealable in the domain of concealed carry. The Kimber K6S fills that need, which is why we believe you should own one. The first revolver with a self-rotating cylinder was the Colt Patterson, which was created as a result of Samuel Colt's 1836 U.S. patent. Colt nevertheless encountered obstacles when trying to supply revolvers to militias, such as the Militia Act of 1806 and President Van Buren's economic collapse. Revolvers were also necessary for the Second Seminole War and the Mexican-American War, which prompted the development of the Colt Walker. The most recent iteration of Kimber's revolver line, the K6S DASA, features both double-action and single-action functionality. A 3-inch stainless steel barrel on it makes it perfect for backup and carry. There are choices for both single-action and double-action trigger pulls that are configured within a general range. Measured trigger pull weights for the K6S DASA are 10 pounds, 2 ounces, and 3 pounds, 4 ounces, respectively. The brake is clean and sharp, and the trigger is smooth and reliable. The K6S has no sharp edges, a beveled frame, and a barrel to lessen snagging and printing. It is suited for covert carry. Additionally, the smooth frame enhances draw quality and makes reholstering easier. The cylinder release and hammer's checkering make manipulation simpler, especially for hands that are moist or perspire a lot. Even though the .357 Magnum creates enough muzzle rise and felt recoil to be uncomfortable, if you're comfortable with it, it's worth trying out. Number 1. The Taurus RT 410, $500. The Taurus Judge is a 5-round wheel gun that can fire short 410 shells and 45 Colt bullets. It weighs 1.8125 pounds, around 29 ounces, and has a 3-inch barrel. It has a 5-round capacity and is chambered in 410 bore, 454 Castle, 45 Colt, and 45 Schofield. Due to its double-action construction, it can be fired either by pulling the trigger and cocking the hammer back first. Due to its double-action construction, it can be fired either by pulling the trigger and cocking the hammer back first. The Taurus Judge is a revolver that can fire 45 Colt and short rounds for 10 rounds. The hammer locks back with a nice click and is simple to pull back with your thumb. A cheap revolver with a smooth trigger pull and a cozy grip is the Taurus Judge. 9mm and 410 shells are hard to get by, but the 410 shells are much more difficult. It doesn't take much grip power to pull the trigger, and it does it with great smoothness. And that's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.